family, peace and love. It's your boy Chris Enlightened coming back again with some more spiritual vittles. And today I'm going in on mastering your body, mastering your mind. This is a good one. Shout out to my boy Chris from California. He reached out to me personally, had a consultation with me, and he was asking about how to master his body. And I was telling him, since I'm a martial artist, that when you master one facet of yourself, it allows you to master other aspects of yourself. I've been a martial artist since I was 9 years old. I've been putting in work for over 35 years, family. Well over 35 years. And I've realized that the same zone that I get into with my martial arts work is the same zone that I get into when I do my spiritual practices. It's the same thing. A lot of beginning spiritual practitioners, most of them haven't mastered their body yet, so they don't know how to get to the zone or what the zone even feels like. It's the same zone that I use when I'm fighting or when I'm training by myself. When I'm training by myself, I have a sense of just knowing and doing without thinking. And that's how your spiritual work should flow through to you. You shouldn't be thinking about too much. You should have an idea and you should be able to get downloads or just do your work or do your practices without much thought to it. You don't want to be thinking too much because your ego gets into play there. And when your ego takes over, you start to doubt yourself, and all of those crazy thoughts may come to mind if your ego isn't strong or in check. So I always tell people to master their body first. You can master yourself through martial arts. That's one of my favorite ones: Wing Chun, Salat, stick and knife fighting, a little Muay Thai. As a child, when I first started taking martial arts, I was 9 years old and I was taking Taekwondo. And my master, shout out to Master An, back in 1984, I believe, he got us meditating. You know, I was from the hood and my mom let him know that I was going through some things. I was being bullied and all type of craziness was going on when I was growing up. So he got me meditating. The first 30 minutes of the class, I would just sit there in silence and meditate. And in the beginning, it was challenging. It was real challenging, quieting my mind. But after 3 years of doing it, I mastered the art of meditation by the time I was 12. And yeah, when I stopped taking Taekwondo, I kind of got away from him a little bit. But it's like riding a bike. It's like riding a bike. I had no idea that I would be the spiritual enlightened guru that I am today, relying on something I learned as a child. But after I mastered my body over the years, when it came to me partaking and practicing my spiritual practices, I realized it was easier for me than others. A lot of people that I have consultations with, they have challenges just sitting still. And I give them other forms of meditation to practice as well. If you're not a martial artist or you don't like to knuckle up and, bang or whatever, you can do yoga. My wife loves yoga. She healed herself using healing spells and yoga and divine prayers and just deep meditation. She was going to the chiropractor 4 times a week for 8 months, spending money like crazy. And then one day she chose no longer to suffer, and she started doing yoga. And now I would call her a yoga practitioner, because whenever she's in pain, she knows what yoga pose to do to heal herself, and I'm very proud of her. Some people like to swim. Before I do my training on Sundays, I train adults in boxing, a lot of women on boxing, self-defense classes, and Wing Chun and Salat. I sit in the pool with my legs in the pool with the sun beating on my head. And I just sit there meditating for like 10 to 15 minutes. It's something about the water and the heat from the sun. When I marry the two, it allows me to feel like I have this euphoric feeling of floating in midair. And I'm able to really tap in. And while I'm at the pool, I kind of block out all the sounds from the traffic, the chatter. And I get there early enough where there's not many kids in the water splashing and things like that. I'm usually more than often the first guy there. So I like to get in the water, and I like to move around. And I've realized through moving through the water, it doesn't really wear me out while I'm doing it, but later on when I get home, I'm beat. But that's another great way to master yourself. Master how to swim. That's another form of mastery. Another thing you can do is working out, walking. A lot of bodybuilders, a lot of people who are in great shape, they have a strict regimen that they follow. It takes effort to get in tip-top shape. And that same effort and the same regimen that you follow you can apply that same mentality to your spiritual practices. So those are a few ways you can tap into your body while mastering your body and help mastering your mind and other aspects of yourself. Again, once you master one aspect of yourself, it makes it that much easier to master other aspects of yourself, family. So you gotta get out there, do something different. Don't just go to work all day and then come home and do your spiritual practices. Do something that you love to do. You don't know what you love to do until you try something outside of your normal box. It's really important that you go out and find out something you love. When you do something you love, you'll spark something within you that's going to make you manifest and grow on levels you never thought you would be able to. So on that note, it's your boy Chris Enlightened. I'm signing out. Check out my hit radio show every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time with my wife, Twin Flame Radio. Go to Amazon, support the brother. Check out my 3 books. My latest book is Wealth Consciousness. Check out Poverty Consciousness. And also check out The Enlightened Taught. And on that note, family, peace and love. Winning!